Welcome everyone. In this video, I will guide you step by step through setting up your Postgres SQL environment so you are able to dive into the challenge. Alright, so the screen you're seeing is the repo. Alright, so in this repo, I kind of walk you through how you would go through setting up your environment. Alright, so basically, what I want you to start with is basically the file structure. Okay, now this file will be made available to you, and then what you want to do is download this folder. Okay, this is how your folder structure should look like. So create a new folder. You can call it SQL challenge like I call it here, or you can call it whatever that makes sense to you. When you download this folder, drop it in this particular new folder you've created. Another link will be made available in the YouTube channel, where you can then also download the data. Okay, once you download the data as well, it will be with this folder name. Drop it in this particular folder. At that point, your folder structure is good to go. Okay, now the next step you want to follow through is that some of you may not have PostgreSQL downloaded yet, so I'll put a link right here. I'm gonna right click on it. So basically you come to this link and download the executable file that is needed for your computer. I'll be focusing on Windows today, but if you're using Mac, feel free to download Mac. If you're using Linux, feel free to download Linux, and then just follow accordingly. But for today, we're going to be focusing on Windows. All right. So now once you've downloaded it, install the executable file. Okay, and follow the instruction steps carefully. Now, one thing I want you to take note is the password. I'm going to show you what that will really look like. So basically, just give me 1 second. So once you download and then you try to install it, it will bring you to this screen. All you just need is to follow that installation step. Click on next. Click on next. Click on next. In mine, I already have a Postgres, but in yours it's gonna be new. So just follow the step. One key thing I want you to take note is the password. So you just keep clicking on next. Another thing I want you to take note is that copy this information is very key. It would help you as you begin to understand this system and this data environment the more. Now, some of the key information I like here is basically it's going to tell you the installation directory where it's saving your the folder itself for this installation. It's going to give you installation of the data directory. I won't dive into that here, but it's good to know. It's going to give you information about the port and some other information, right? And also you can see the super user is called Postgres, right? So there are key information. So if I were you, I would copy it, paste in a test file and save it in a place I can always remember. Now, having done that, click on next, and then at this point the installation is about to begin. I already did mine, so I don't need to complete the installation again. So at this point I'm just gonna close. Okay, for you guys, I'm just gonna back, cancel, yes. So for you guys, you need to follow through the installation and make sure the installation is good. Once it's completed, all you need to do is go to your Windows and then search for pgadmin and then launch it. Once you launch it, you should see an environment like this. Okay, I'm just gonna delete all of these I've done before this video. Now, this is what you would have. By default, you would have this Postgres database. Okay, I won't go over the interface of this pgadmin, but feel free to explore it. But one thing I want you to do right here is that right click on this default database and click on the query tool. Okay, click on the query tool and then go back to this guide that I've provided for you guys. Copy this. Okay, copy this query and then go back to the pgadmin, drop it right here. All we are doing here is we are creating the database we actually need for this challenge, and this is DIWBIKES. That's what we're going to be using. So we run the query, you can see the database has been created. Let's refresh and to double check that it's working as expected. Beautiful, beautiful, guys. You can see we have access to the database now. That's all we need to do now. Let's go back to the guide and continue from there. Now, in this particular video, we're going to be using PowerShell. So just launch your PowerShell if you're following with me using Windows. Once you launch your PowerShell, you're going to see this environment, okay? Keep it on one side. I'm going to keep it on one side and I'm going to try to, you know, make my screen. Let's see if I can. Yeah, beautiful. So now I have two pages on one screen, which is great. Now launch your PowerShell, right? Once you launch your PowerShell, there's one quick thing you need to do here. So you need to change directory to the path, that you have your PowerShell query. There is only one PowerShell within this setup, and this is the query. So whatever folder you have it, just make sure that you copy that folder path and then you change directly to that folder path. Okay, very key. I'm gonna do mine quickly. Let me quickly pull up my own folder path. I'm gonna pull it up somewhere. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the same thing. Okay, and then put it in double quote. Okay, so you put it in double quote and I'm going to enter. So basically I change directly to this folder path. That's the next step, guys. That's the next step. Now once we complete this process, now one thing you guys need to do is that within this shell script, you need to update the base path variable and then also update your password. Remember, when you downloaded the PostgreSQL, the PG admin, there is an admin password that you have. So just make sure you copy that password and paste it right away. It says add your password, very key. And then the part that you have, the SQL challenge or whatever name you call it, make sure you drop the part here. Now, at this point, you want to replace all the backslashes with forward slashes, very key. So just replace everything with the forward slash. Okay, and once you've done that, save the file and then go back to this guide. Okay, I already did that in mine, so I won't do that process here, but just feel free to follow that instruction and you should be fine. Now let's copy this code. Now what we want to do here is we want to add this new Postgres path that you have to this environment path, so that way we can access PostgreSQL globally within our environment. So let's quickly copy that code. I just copied it and I pasted it. Okay, you can see this is run successfully, and I want to check that I can access the PostgreSQL framework within my PowerShell. Okay, now you can see exactly what is written here. You can see I can access it. This is beautiful, guys. That means that I can access my PG admin right from my PowerShell. Okay, so keep following. The other thing you want to also double check is this PowerShell, can it actually connect to the PG admin I just downloaded? Let's check that. Okay, we're gonna copy this code. Just copy this code as it is, just to check. You're gonna drop it, click on press enter. Once you press enter and then copy your password. Okay, I'm just going to copy my password and then we're going to test it right now. Okay guys, just follow exactly what I'm doing and you should have no problem. Okay, now beautiful. Now this is to confirm that PowerShell can actually connect to your PG admin, which is fantastic. All right, now the couple of steps that is remaining is that you need to run this PowerShell script, because that's where all of those setup will be done completely. Now before you do that, some of you might have some execution policy that you cannot run PowerShell within this PowerShell instance. Okay, so what you need to do right now is just copy that. Okay, so that for this particular instance, it will bypass that policy. You don't want to bypass it because it's for security purpose, but for this particular instance it will bypass it. Let's quickly do that. All right, and now we've bypassed it, so now we can then run this. Okay, now what we expect is that we expect all our schemas to be created. the indexes to be applied, and then we want our data to be loaded. Okay, let's quickly run that. If everything works fine, beautiful, you can see beautiful, you can see the schemas were created, the tables, the index, and all of my record are being copied into that table. Awesome, guys. That's exactly it. So let's quickly just do the final check to make sure that now our environment is ready for the challenge ahead. Okay, with that, let's quickly refresh this. All right, let's click on refresh, and then let's take a look at the schemas. Beautiful, guys. Now we have all the schemas. Let's click on person, and then let's just make sure that we can actually see some record. Let's say view first 100 rows. All right, so now beautiful, you can see, we can then see our data within our SQL server. This is great, guys. That's where we're gonna end for now, guys, and I believe this has been helpful to you. Well, friends, I want to say congratulations. You've successfully set up your PostgreSQL environment and are ready to tackle the 30-day challenge. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and drop your thought in the comment below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next session.